The reason I hate the East Coast is because of situations like this. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, and this dude behind me has his high beams on, and I'm stuck in a traffic jam. Yay! And he won't turn them down. I don't know. How do you politely signal somebody to stop being rude? It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday, and everybody stinks. Yeah. After a frustrating reunion with Northeast traffic conditions, I made my way south. But first, a quick stop to visit my favorite bunny, who objected to being woken up so early, but forgave me after I bestowed some ear scratches upon him. Then I made my way to Kentucky, where I set my sights on yet another cave tour. I think this might be one of the strangest entrances to a national park ever. Small town suburbia on your way into this national park? And it's probably on top of the cave. It's just so weird. This is so weird. I haven't been to a national park on the East Coast, but yeah, so far so weird. Driving into national parks always feels like you're entering into another world, as you can see the landscape change. But this time it felt like I took a wrong turn onto a country road. That's why I was weirded out by the whole drive-in. But as I entered into the park itself, I was pleasantly surprised by how peaceful it was. So I'm actually camping in Mammoth Cave National Park. There's a campsite here. It was $35 a night, and yeah, I got the toilets right across from me too. Score for me. See, there's the toilets.
Really nice bathroom and campground. This is kind of fun.
Honestly, this moment right here, this is it for me. I'm good. After a 12-hour car drive, being in the back seat, woohoo! I might go to bed at 6 tonight. Good night. That was the best sleep I've had in a while. There's something about sleeping in the woods in your car. I'll just take my word for it.
This is a Mammoth family story, and it's told by Jerry.
Alright, so there are no self-guided tours going on at this time of year due to the cold weather. Kind of bummed. Carlsbad Cavern self-guided tour was my favorite experience so far. But that's alright. We'll learn a lot more on a guided tour because, yeah, I don't know much. So, to be honest, here's a little bit of what you can expect when you do a cave tour with a large group of children. While guided tours are great to get a more in-depth history as you go along, you are also sharing the experience with a large group of mystery people. There's pros and cons to everything. Welcome to the world's longest cave, located in the state of Kentucky. This cave has 426 miles of explored area as of September of 2022. But there's estimated to be another 600 miles of cave system left to explore. For context into how long this cave really is, the state of Florida is 447 miles long. The cave is nearly as long as Florida if you were to stretch it into a flat line. And that is only what we know about so far. It could be another 600 miles. I am still having a hard time wrapping my head around that. On my trip, I did the extended historic tour, where I saw signs of early Native American activity in the cave, dating back as far as 5,000 years ago. To the 1700s when the European settlers began to explore the cave, to the role the cave played in the War of 1812 with providing calcium nitrate, which is a key ingredient to make gunpowder, to a tuberculosis hospital being built to house patients inside the cave. You could barely make out the building in the dark here, but this is one of the few remaining buildings left from the 1840s, where a doctor believed the cave had healing properties. Unfortunately, that turned out to not be true, and 5 patients died in the cave.
But the rationale was people who went to the cave tours left feeling like a new person because of the experience in the cave. But that was simply from wonder of exploring the unknown of this mammoth-sized cave, not because of the healing properties in the air in the cave. These are the moments when you truly appreciate modern medicine. This cave was fascinating because it had huge rooms and ginormous tunnels, but it was contrasted with the smallest cave channels I have had to pass through yet. I was envious of the small children at that point that simply had to duck their heads, while I had to fold my body in half to squeeze through some of these tight areas. The walk through the cave was such an adventure as you passed across the bottomless pit, which is actually 105 feet deep, but still creepy because you can't see the bottom. You literally walk across a man-made bridge across this giant bottomless pit, which definitely gave me a rush of adrenaline. Then came a section named Fat Man's Misery. This dimly lit area required me to duck my head and to stand sideways to maneuver through this long, narrow section of the trail. Finally, at the end, you come to Mammoth Dome, with this vertical shaft that is 190 feet tall. And yes, you had to climb up a staircase to get out of there. Like I said though, the contrast through all these unique passageways was a thrill, and I was incredibly sad that it was over so quickly. And I saw a few bats. Although it was tricky to capture them on video, but it was awesome to witness. And it is mind-boggling to me that it was only 2 of the 426 miles of this cave. And then I reluctantly headed south after promising myself to come back to do another tour in the future of this gorgeous cave. This is where I saw the largest gas station I have ever seen in my life. From the longest cave to the largest gas station, this road trip was turning out to be full of unexpected surprises.
I'm not lying, there must be at least 100 gas pumps. That is crazy! What is going on? This thing is huge! I don't even know where to go. There's too many choices. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, geez. Okay, alright. And we'll just go to the back. This is crazy. Look at how many gas pumps there are.
You're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, how can she compare these two wildly different experiences in the same video? And also wondering why she insists on relentlessly trying to film inside dark caves. To answer your first question, you did not have this mammoth sandwich, which changed road tripping for me forever. And number 2, I'm sorry to say, I will probably attempt it again.
Gas is literally like 30 cents cheaper than the rest of the state. I can't wait to go inside. This place is crazy!
Now, for those of you who don't know, there is a cult-like following of Buc-ees gas stations, which are located in the southern portion of the United States. From Texas all the way to Georgia, Florida, I don't know. I had seen Bucky shirts all throughout my travels across the United States, even in the state of Washington. And I finally decided to stop and see what all the fuss was about.
Air in there smelled like if you threw powdered sugar up into the air and just kept it circulating. It smelled so sweet. That was weird. But I did get a sandwich to try. This probably isn't a good idea for a road trip sitting heavy. And I got a little apple pie. So we'll see how this goes. I didn't think fudge would be a good idea. I'd be up all night. So, I like I need to put my hair up for this. Okay, look at the size of this thing. A bunch of meat just fell out. Alright, here it goes. So much meat in here. What is going on? You definitely can't eat this while driving. This is messy. It's so big. I was gonna say $12.99 is steep for a sandwich, but never mind. This is, the price is right. The price is right. That was so much meat. I didn't think I was gonna eat it all, but I did because it was so tasty. I just have to drive like 7 more hours. That might have been a bad idea. But first, the apple pie. This is deep fried deliciousness right here. It's like a apple pie egg roll. That was way too much food. And I didn't grab a napkin. I have to throw out my trash, but I don't want to move. Food coma. Wow. I'm embarrassed. I could see why people buy the shirts now. It's all adding up. That's delicious. And cheap gas. I mean, these are the things that people want in life. Cheap gas and good food. That's it. We're happy.
After consuming way too much food and sugar, I experienced what some people refer to as a sugar rush, with a dance party included. Shortly followed by a sugar crash, where I just wanted to go to bed. Thank you all for watching.